cold in August. There's still nothing in there. Yeah, they probably only went to end of July, I think.
Well, I reset it and did it to August, and it did it straight away. Yeah. Well, what I did is I set the, when it says select your date that you want, so I did that to August. She's got a driving lesson today, so I'll have a chat with her about it. Tell her she's got to try to do it as well. The more people looking, the better. I've got my stream on as well. Yeah, okay, no worries. Sorry?
Defender looks like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like one of them, but got this over here on the right, reverse onto the main road as well. Yeah, that's got accident written all over it, hasn't it?
Somebody burning in here.
I know, there's a lot of stuff going on here. This is complex. Where's this guy going? Well, that was tricky. That's what I say to my pupils, the more complex something is, just take your time, don't be so quick to, get stuck in there. Exeter. No, it's not Exeter. However, I used to live down that way. I know Exeter incredibly well. So if you're in Exeter, then you would know Star Cross, which is where I used to live and went to school in Dawlish. But no, it's not Exeter. It's similar sort of size to Exeter, actually. I can see how you could mistake this for that. This is Derby, which is Nottingham, Middle England. Which way do you reckon? Yeah, I've got family down in Exeter. Like I can say all that area. Grew up there, in fact. So I am taking my missus to work, and then I'm going to go home, grab myself an extra coffee, because I deserve it, and then I'm going to go to work for 9 o'clock. So, do you want me to drop you here, love, at this junction? I'll tell you what, let me just get in here. I'll do the right thing. There you go, I'll drop you here. Come on, quick as you can. Stay in touch. Oh, that's a shame. So we are got driving lessons booked all day, scheduled. So yeah, two this morning, couple this afternoon. Now, I've got one starts at 12:45, so you might see a little bit of that if you watch. Oh man, that's what time my next lesson starts. I mean, I'll actually be live streaming again from about 20 to about 20 to 9 because I have to sort of make my way over to my pupil's house. But we live stream every day and at various times. So I am a driving instructor. So this channel that you're watching is a driving school channel. So I'm the instructor. Basically, I teach people to drive. That's what I do. So we basically spend all day on the road, getting ourselves into various situations and roundabouts, T-junctions, bit of parking, and just generally learning about safety and doing things the right way in driving. Because, and this is going to be my last year as a driving instructor, so I'm getting ready to retire. Got about 6 months before I retire, and then that's it. But it's always a little bit interesting driving lessons. And we also live stream at the weekend as well. We do quite a lot on the weekends, so you can always watch them. So sometimes I can't read the messages while I'm actually driving because they're quite small. But usually when I pull up it like here, I can have a closer look at my phone, which is dash mounted, of course. It's not in my hand. Let's have a look. What was I say? Yes. Have any of my students scared me? Oh man, yeah. You have no idea. Um, I think I've been doing this now for about 18 years, and in all of that time, probably about two or three situations where I thought they were going to crash my car. Honestly, I mean, my heart rate went right up. So they have scared me a few times. However, since those were in the early days when I was an instructor, I've got a lot better, and I do have a brake on my side of the car, so I can dual control them. But quite simply, these days, I never let them get into that situation in the first place. But yeah, I've had. I mean, one of the main problems with students is that if they get scared, they can jump on the brakes really quickly, which can be quite dangerous, really. And and if they do jump on the brakes, I can't override that. I can't stop them braking. I can stop them accelerating and going faster, but not slower. So sometimes if they're going into a situation and they start braking, let's say on a roundabout, and I can see cars coming from the side, I have to be like, let go of the brake, let go of the brake, let go of the brake, stop braking, and then that allows us to sort of clear the area. But it's quite good fun actually. It's quite it's an interesting job. It's not like a normal job. It's like being a teacher, but at 70 miles an hour sometimes. So, and I guess this is why we're not really. This is why we call instructors rather than teachers, because sometimes we haven't got time to actually teach as such in the traditional sense. So we have to give instruction on what to do, and it's not like you learn in school. It's kind of like that, but it's a lot more. We have to be quite forceful sometimes, especially where danger is concerned. Well, some people might say that's Sparrow, but some people might call me a little bit daft as well. But like I said, I've got a pedal down there, so it's just what you get used to as well. And once you get used to this job, it's just like any other job, really. I've been doing this a long time now, and I really enjoy the job. It's the longest I've ever stuck at anything, really, to be fair. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of positives to this job. Flexibility being number one. You get to meet loads of really interesting people, lots of different types of people as well, and you get to see a lot of different things as well. It's one of the main reasons I started making this YouTube channel. It started about a year ago now, and it's just because people started driving crazy about a year ago, and I thought, well, I'm going to start filming because I never used to bother with dash cams and such, but I thought I'd better start filming, and then once I started filming, I thought, well, why don't I stick this on my YouTube channel? So I did, and been doing it ever since. So that's how it all started. Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm the other way with motorways because what I normally say to my pupils is, well, don't push it, just go at the speed that you're comfortable with, because and if that happens to be 45 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, that's fine. And because I found that after they've been driving for maybe 15, 20 minutes, that speed, that natural comfortable speed, starts to creep up anyway. So if their comfortable speed is 40 miles an hour, by the time we've been driving for 30 minutes, I look down over at the clock and you'll find that it's like 60 miles an hour. So but at least then they're comfortable at 60 miles an hour, and that's the way I teach my pupils. So I really don't push them because you know you can't. If you push people to drive too fast before they're ready, then they're always going to be nervous at driving fast, and that's sort of counterproductive to what we're really trying to do. Because this has got to be about empowering people to be independent as drivers. Because ultimately we're not there to give them that help along after the pass the driving test. You're on your own. I think sometimes I do have to get my pupils to drive a little fast. I have to push them a little bit because some of them, if you just let them drive, then they will just drive at what they think is the safe speed, and sometimes that's really, really slow. You have to kind of sort of say to them, "Come on, let's get going, let's get going. Come on, bit more, bit more, bit more," because they're quite capable of doing it. But even though they're capable of doing it, they still won't do it because that's not what they perceive as safe. So sometimes, that's quite tricky. If anybody wants a shout out, just let me know where you're watching from. I'll give you a shout out. The Mighty Sparrow. That's quite a good name actually. I quite like that handle. Mighty Sparrow. "14 times, oh bless him. Blooming heck, 14 times, that's a lot. The most fails I ever had in 18 years, so I had one guy, the most it ever took him was 7 attempts. So that's the most I've ever had anybody take. So 7 attempts, and that was with a guy called Ray, Random Ray we used to call him, because he used to do random things all, on driving tests. He'd do really well on his lessons, and all of a sudden on his test he'd do something totally random that I'd never done before. So, but 14 times, did he give up on it? Oh man, that's a shame. So, have you passed your driving test, Sparrow, or did you? Good for you. So now instead of being dad's taxi, it's is it son's taxi or daughter's taxi? I don't know whether you're a guy or a gal. So you have to taxi your dad around now. Uh-huh. God, my lights are changing. I mean, did your dad try the automatic car? Maybe he could have. That might have helped him a bit. In fact, most of my pupils are in the automatic car now. I've still got a manual car, but I hardly do any lessons in it. So, as this is my retirement year, I'm just moving over to the automatic now. So, I'm only taking on the automatic pupils. Well, I'm going to be ending my live stream in a couple of minutes because I'm nearly home. And as I said, I've got some scheduled lessons on for later. So if you are subscribed and notified, you should, in theory, get a notification of them as they come up. So there's a truck there, sort of struggling to get in, so I'm just going to hang back here. It's managed now. You've noticed how the back end cuts over there. So a lot of people don't realise with these big trucks how much they cut over. Roadworks. Yeah, please do. Always looking for more subscribers. So we are planning on doing a like a podcast on a Sunday morning, starting reasonably in the next few weeks, where we'll be actually doing that from home and from my sofa. So it'll be all about driving and driving instructoring. So that'll be interesting if you like to have a chat about things, and my subscribers will be able to ask questions during the live stream as well. It'll be just for subscribers to ask questions. But we're planning on doing that in a few weeks, and we'll be talking about all kinds of different subjects and such. So that is me home now. So I am going to leave you guys.